Good morning. It is a little bit after 6, a bit late this morning. This is the exact time that apparently my phone thought it was appropriate to do the updates for Facebook, which were incredibly long today. No biggie. So it just put me a little bit behind schedule. Good morning, Wanda. How are you today? Good weekend? So I'm going to jump right into it. So last week we began the Muladhara chakra, the root chakra, laying the foundation of our spiritual housing, our spiritual growth, just kind of going in there, tighten it up. And we talked about some of the things that kind of become as a result. I can't even speak this morning. What it looks like, when the root chakra is out of balance or closed, I guess the root, as it were, of a lot of the things that cause the root chakra imbalance or closure. But we want to kind of steer away from that and start to focus on what it looks like when it's balanced, and the I am aspects of the root chakra. So what does it look like to be imbalanced? The root chakra main concerns are with safety, security, survival. And so a lot of our deeds in life are, in a sense, driven by those basic needs. They are driven by the desire to survive, by the will to survive, by the desire to feel safe and secure and confident and stable. And so we do a lot of things in order to try to create that kind of thing. But when we are imbalanced, yes, good morning, Katrina, happy 6 a.m. and happy Monday. But when we are imbalanced, we are free of a lot of the things that keep us trapped in making decisions that are just based in the fear of losing, or the fear of not surviving, or the fear of not having what we want. And we begin to step into that realm of actual faith. It's not that we don't do things. I feel like I have a deeply spiritual relationship with the universe and with all of nature, but I still have a job. I still have bills to pay. So it's not like a complete separation. Like now I'm levitating and I've been moved all across the world into the mountains. No, there are still real live things that go on, but I am free of a lot of things that I used to be kind of contained to, free from attachment to material and emotional attachments. There we have a lot of things, these days, in the world, there's just so many things. Everything's nice and everything is shiny and pretty and valuable, and we don't want to break it, we don't want to lose it. And I'm not saying we don't take care of it. We do the best to take care of it, but my personal philosophy is, if I have to lock it up in order to keep it from being taken from me, then it's not really mine. If I have beautiful things and I have to put these curtains up and these iron bars and blinds and shut the whole world out, then it's not really mine. The things that are mine, I won't have to work so hard to hold on to. They will be mine. And so that is my own personal philosophy. It's not to try to spread it on. But that came through the strengthening and opening and balancing of my root chakra, just seeing things in a larger perspective. No matter how well I take care of something, no matter how I shower it with love and affection, my possessions, one day it will either fade or go away, or frankly, I'll just die. Nothing in my life will last forever. None of these material possessions. They're just things. Free of the decisions driven by my earthly desires. My body is just an animal. It hungers. Now, when it's hungry, it doesn't care whether I shove burgers in it or fruit and vegetables. It just wants to be satisfied. Sometimes the convenient thing is not the right thing. So my body hungers. Like, I'm passing all these restaurants and these takeout places, and it does smell delicious, man. The body loves that smell. It's like, feed me. And I'm like, shut up, body. When I find something that is appropriate, I will put it in you. I promise. Haven't I taken care of you these 38 years? Yes, I have. And I'm going to continue to do that. Just let me do my thing. You do your thing. You get me where I need to go. You make sure that I stay, upright and balanced. And, and I will feed you. And you will feed me in turn. So that's it. So another part of, balancing and opening my root chakra was understanding my own, the responsibility hiding behind every choice, whether it's active or passive. I had a job that I worked at for like 8 years, and this is long before my spiritual practice started to kick in. And, frankly, I didn't like the job. And so many years I was there, and I was scared to leave because I had a criminal record, and who was going to hire me? And, I had these kids I had to support, so I stayed at that job out of fear. Now, it wasn't like I'm just going to stay here. It was a passive choice to stay there, instead of having the faith that I could leave there. But one day, ultimately, the situation became untenable, and I had to leave. And what happened? The next opportunity was there. It's always there, but it cannot present itself to me until I take the first step and go out and, not make my decisions based in fear. Now, obviously, I shouldn't just be like, I hate my job, I quit today. No, there's much deeper levels to it than that, but we'll get into that another time. But, this. So anyway, that's going to be it for today for the talking part. So we're going to just jump right into it. We've laid a good foundation for understanding where we're going, and that's what this week is going to be more about. Not about how it looks to have a balanced chakra, how it lays a good foundation to build the life, the freedom from fear and worry. Even though that is a process, just getting in that process opens up doors that were previously closed. And that's, again, that's something that's going to come into understanding a little bit later as we go on. But let's get ourselves in a nice, comfortable position where we can be for the next 15 minutes or so. I'm going to make it a little bit shorter today than normal because I started late and I've rambled for a while. But now I'm in a comfortable position. I'm looking straight ahead. I'm sitting as straight as I can. I've got my arms on my legs, and I'm taking deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Taking in fresh oxygen. And breathing out all impurities, all negative energies, just releasing it into the great universe who will absorb it. And with the next out breath, closing the eyes and returning the breathing to normal. In and out through the nose. And settling into the space, into the mental space, the physical space, the spiritual space, we become aware of our surroundings, of the place where our body is physically sat. And we tune into our physical senses. Feeling the weight of the body as it presses down against our seat. Feeling the contact, those two separate entities, our body and the floor, feeling how they merge at a spot. Feeling the contact between our hands and our arms with the lap. become aware of any sounds that may be cutting through the silence of the morning. As well as any strong smells or tastes that may be lingering. And in that vein, just taking a moment to check in with the body this morning to see how it is feeling as a whole, starting at the soles of the feet and moving up to the top of the head. It's just a slow and constant scan, just noticing to the best of our ability every part of the body. How does it feel? Does it feel the same as the last time we did the scan? Not stopping, then lingering, but just noticing and continuing to move upward. And with that, we turn our attention to the breath, noticing that rising and falling in the body, in the torso. Not controlling it or directing it in any way, but just watching the body do so masterfully what it does on its own, with no active thought or effort from us at all. And as we begin to settle into that space, we begin our morning, as all mornings, with a moment of gratitude. We search our mind for that thing for which we are thankful today, that we can ride through the day. This morning I am thankful for all of the things that happen in nature that allow life to continue. The rain, the sun, the trees, which cleanse our air, the insects that work the ground, that produce the food that we eat. All the many beautiful flowers and plants, for all of nature, which would continue if all humans were off of the earth. I'm thankful for nature, and I say aloud, thank you. In an equally deliberate way, preempting any thoughts or feelings the mind or body could conjure up as I travel this day, I determine that on which I choose to focus. I am healthy and strong in body, mind, and spirit. I deliberately lay and cultivate a good foundation upon which to build my life. I trust I love deeply, and I am loved in return. I treat my body with respect, and it respects me in turn. I am safe and secure, and all my needs are met. And with that, we return our attention to the breath, mindful as always of that rising and falling. Let's just notice where we feel that sensation today. Is it high in the lungs? Is it in the diaphragm? Is it low in the belly? Wherever it might be, we just turn our attention to it and watch, observe. If counting will help keep the focus, then we'll count the out breaths, but only to a count of 5 before starting over at 1. If the mind becomes distracted with thoughts, it's okay. But the moment we notice, we will return the focus to the breath. If the attention begins to wander, just bring it back to the focus of that rising and falling of the breath. And for just a moment, releasing all focus, all attention, and just allowing the mind to think about whatever it wants to think about for just a few seconds. And once again returning the focus to the breath. As we begin to become aware once again of the space around us, of the place where we are physically sat at this moment, mindful of our surroundings, noticing once again the weight of our body pressing down and its contact with its seat, our hands on our lap, our forearms on our lap, becoming fully and actively aware of the sounds that surround us as they arise from nowhere, cut through the silence and disappear. We notice any distinct or strong aromas or smells that may be in the air, as well as any tastes that may be in the mouth. And then when we're ready, slowly and gently opening the eyes with that same unfocused forward gaze and retaining our positions for just a moment as we continue to make clear our intention to have a beautiful, productive, and strong day. Continuing, even subconsciously, unconsciously, to cultivate that good energy, to get the momentum from this moment to carry us through the day. And that's it. Have a wonderful day. Again, there are things that we can do to kind of keep ourselves mindful of the root chakra work that we're doing. Eating, root vegetables, potatoes, and turnips and carrots and greens, things that grow from the ground. Wearing red. Red is the color of the root chakra. We'll get more into that over time. It's being outside. I went to the lake over the weekend. It was great. Being outside, going outside barefoot, just sitting outside in the sun or even a light rain, just sitting outside for a few moments in quiet and feeling nature around. Just feel it, put his arms around us like always. That's it. Have a great day. Spread light and love everywhere you go. And I love y'all.